Hey guys, Bonaventure here, and we're back with another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. On the last episode, we watched the intro video, and we went through all the steps to make our character. In this episode, we're going to actually start the game. So, let's go! Hooray for loading screens. Luckily, from my time with the beta, I can tell you that this game is largely consisted of consistent zones rather than separated zones like Final Fantasy XI had, which means there will be a lot less loading screens than there were in Final Fantasy XI. But we're going to have a little bit of loading screens here at the beginning for the intro scene and all that. And we're finally beginning. We get a nice little overview of this boat area. With a bunch of adventurers on board. I really like the use of the sound effects. I mean, you can really tell that, like, somebody's walking right in front of me right now.
Here. Feel.
Character's all like, what the hell was that? And here we are. Now, my controllers are going to differ slightly from most people's because I'm using a controller. And I think one thing I'm going to do before I do anything else is my configuration. Specifically, my camera settings. Yeah, I need inverted controls. That should be good enough. Alright, now you can target people and talk to them. They say the seas around Limsa Lominsa are guarded over by a goddess called the Navigator. If her temper's as bad as this accursed storm, I'd say we're all doomed. See, you heard a voice singing sweet somethings in your ear now, did you? Well, I've heard nothing of the sort. Perhaps all this brine has started to pickle your brain. Perhaps so. Perhaps so. I heard Limsa Lominsa's a filthy cesspool, overridden with pirates and pillagers, wenches and wastrels. Sounds like my kind of town. Then it is set. Once we arrive in Limsa, we shall make our way to the Adventurers Guild and find us a noble quest. One that will make us rich, of course. Hmm? You say you'd like to join us? I don't know. You don't look like the adventuring type. What are you talking about? I got adventure written all over me. See, you heard singing. Well, maybe it was old Limlayan laughing at us mortals seeking to trespass in her fair demesnes. Or maybe it were them silky-voiced sirens the people back in Limsa are a-fearing. Guess some places just ain't meant for an honest man. Rotano Sea's known for being rough with the men who tread on her back. By every trip, it seems we lose a few casts to her relentless wriggling and writhing. But worry ye not. I won't be letting her make off with our best rum. A barrel's bounty can't be borne away if it be in me belly. Alright, awesome. I get to use my pirate accent. I haven't gotten to use that one in a Let's Play yet. I don't think I have anyway. You hear something? Because I hear something. Something's going on the top. And that something ain't quite right. I'd go up and see myself, but I don't want my adventuring days ended before they start. Why don't you see what's afoot? Have you decided what endeavors you will undertake once you've arrived in Limsa Lominsa? That is, unless you're on a sort of spiritual journey to become one with your inner self, in which case I assume you won't be doing much of anything. Remember, only you can give your life any meaning. These seemingly endless sea voyages can truly drain a man's soul of its vim and vigor. Might I offer you a drink to enliven your spirits? You speak to me as if I have something to say. Well, I don't, so be gone. What a nice guy. I feel I can trust him. Unable to sleep, friend? How about a drink to calm your nerves? Humph. From that blank look in your eyes, I would guess you are not too well traveled. Best scuttle over to that corner you were cowering in and go back to sleep. That's not very nice. Pardon me, my lady, but have you seen that filthy Kikirin? The one that was shuffling about hither and thither, sniffing everyone's baggage? I have an inkling he might be off getting that oversized nose of his into trouble. I knew I should have taken a private room. One more bell amongst this rabble and the smell alone will do for me. It's heartening to know at least one of you practices proper hygiene. I guess that's me. Yes, I practice proper hygiene. Awesome. Now we're ready to proceed. Go through these doors. And you go slowly up the steps to the foggy deck with eerie music playing in the background. You just know something bad's going to happen. Like I said, something bad's going to happen. Crap raining down from the sky. That's never good.
Lest you become the sea's next.
You won't hold much longer!
Now, as much as I would like to point out the differences between this version and the beta version, I think I'm still under non-disclosure for that. Unfortunate.
God's forfend.
And of course he whips out a gun and just kills everything. Guns don't kill people. I kill people.
Make yourself useful, Scrat.
Why, I intend to make myself useful. And here we are. Now, in this version, or in this game, there is not an auto attack system. But you do have a stamina bar. I think you can actually queue up your attacks. But anyways, you select your actual attacks for every attack you do, actually. And you can see the stamina gauge right below my name right there. That shows how much of the gauge the action will use, as well as how much of the gauge you still have left. Pretty simple. Right now, all we have is a light shot and a refill, which will replenish my equipped arrows with similar arrows from my inventory. I really like how the rain looks here. It looks so realistic.
They're running away! Now they're coming back!
And now this chick's gonna do something awesome. Yeah, eat that.
What's going on?
Those jellyfish things don't stand a chance. But it's not over yet. Troubles are brewing. He's like, oh crap.
Brace yourself!
And my character's just gonna be like, what the crap? I ever noticed my character's the only one that is still standing on their feet. Everybody else is like hanging onto something for dear life. Talk about cat-like graces. And we finally reached Limsa Lominsa.
A sight for me sore eyes!
Limsa Lominsa. Crap hole of Eorzea. From what I've read about this city on Final Fantasy XIV's official website, it really reminds me of Freeport from EverQuest 1. If anyone actually remembers that ancient game, how the city was divided between, you know, the good guys and the bad guys.
I get to be first to say so there!
The wake from the boat looks a whole lot better in 14 than the wake does in Final Fantasy 11. It looks ridiculously stupid in 11. It actually looks like a real wake in 14. Oh man, I hope I'm not just going to fawn over the graphics throughout this